It's a bit of a premiere. These slides are about 1 hour old. So it's the first time we're actually presenting our business in a setting like this. I'm gonna see. All right.
Should I move?
If you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to see the slides, probably you can move. Yeah. Maybe.
I can hear.
Okay. So so I'm Soros, and I'm the CEO of Noquo Foods, and we're reinventing the foods we love. So to kick it off, we are witnessing what is most likely one of the largest shifts ever in the human diet. And as been mentioned here now, people are increasingly becoming aware of the health issues and the environmental issues around animal-based foods, and hence that's pushing our diets towards a plant-based diet. So Noquo Foods, our vision is to develop tastier, healthier, and more affordable plant-based alternatives for the masses as they're looking to make this shift. And with an ambitious science and technology-based approach, we're developing superior products, and we're starting with cheese. So that's us. Now, this is also us. It's only the two of us today. It's me and my co-founder Anya, who's sitting here. I'm a second-time entrepreneur. I've started, ran, and sold a software business in the past. And I've partnered with a science nerd, Anya with a biotech background and experience from the food industry. And we started Noquo Foods just earlier this year. We're self-funded today. We work from here. We also have a lab where Anya works from, which is in Södertälje. And unfortunately, we don't have any cheese for you yet. So we're still pre-prototype. And so, I'm not going to talk too much about our product, given that. But let's talk about cheese. So how many people here not only like cheese, but love cheese? Wow, lots of cheese lovers. I'm happy it turned out that way. So we spend about $140 billion on cheese. And given it's such a mature product, it's growing with 7%, so it's really on a high momentum. So it's a product we love, but it's dirty. Dairy itself is about 4% of total global emissions, and eating cheese is like eating pork meat. And I think a lot of people have stopped eating meat because of the climate, but the information around cheese and its impact is still not fully kind of gotten out there. And as mentioned, people are shifting their diets, and where there are great products, like in the milk category, people are doing this. So 6% of all the milk sales in Sweden is now plant-based, does not come from a cow. But in the cheese category, it's less than 1%. And this is despite there being products available in the supermarkets. So this makes it pretty clear that the products that are in the available are just not satisfying consumers. So that's why we are all about making a better cheese. And as I mentioned, I don't have a cheese yet to talk about, but I still wanted to talk about the 3 ingredients that we think are key in achieving a better cheese. And that's science, culture, and ambition. So first of all, making vegan cheese is really, really hard. The casein protein that's available in milk has very unique characteristics, and it's quite complex, and no one's been able to find any other protein in the plant kingdom that can do something similar. So you have to be very ambitious, and you need science. So it's all about being obsessed, gathering information, dissecting every cheese product we can find on the market, whether it's dairy-based or plant-based, reviewing research, patents, and working very closely with suppliers. With that information, we build and test hypotheses. Effectively, we're trying to make a recipe. In the recipe, you have ingredients, it's the proteins, it's the way you treat those. So the process itself, whether you're heating or changing the pH or mechanical treatment. And then fermentation, which we believe will be critical in achieving primarily the texture, but also the complex taste that you have in cheese. And obviously executing the experiments and then really reviewing these properly so to understand what's been going on. So we have a sensory analysis framework that we put together, really trying to be consistent in how we measure the output of our experiments. That's kind of from a sensory perspective, but then we also look at it from a molecular and physical perspective. And then we learn and iterate. It's kind of our process. And second is culture. Food is culture. And the second you forget that, you're kind of dead in this industry. It's not just about being the best blind test, performing best. Yeah. So food experience is not only the experience kind of in a objective manner, right? It's also the brand, the story behind the brand. It's the context, is where did you eat it, who did you eat it with, on what product was it served, the context. It's the ingredients. I mean, they use the superfood oats, but if you use palm oil, question marks suddenly appear. And there are many other products. Soy, it's kind of a super product, but there's like question marks. So looking at the trends, heritage, I mean, it's so much here, which makes this space, compared to my software background, a lot more complex. And it's both really intriguing and complex. So you want to obviously use this for your benefit. And finally, it's ambition. So we think this problem requires significant R&D investments, and if you are to make those, you need eventually multiple products, and you need to be in multiple geographies. And so we're trying to, even though it's just the two of us and we're just hiring our first person very soon, even though we're tiny, we're trying to have this in mind from day one. And yeah, that's all I had to tell you about what we are up to at Noquo Foods.